To laugh or not to laugh? That's the question, people. That's the question. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Asha. This is Asha Media TV, where I like to watch, react, and review a bunch of stuff related to sci-fi, fantasy, and comic books. And so for those of you that are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm happy to have you here. If you haven't subscribed and you have been watching some of my videos anyway, today's the day. Subscribe. Don't worry, I won't be pushing that too much. Alright, so in this video today, I'm going to be reacting to the second episode of Upload, one of my favorite new comedies that I found on Amazon Prime, and the pilot episode, which I watched and reacted to last week, really impressed me, and so I'm really excited to dive into episode 2. But of course, before I do that, spoilers ahead! Yes, indeedy, that's what you're seeing on your screen. Just in case you missed it in the title, this is a spoiler reaction and review as well. And I likely might bring up some stuff from episode 1. So if you haven't watched episode 1, it's likely not a good idea to watch this video. And with that being said, if you feel the need to kind of skip past my reaction and get right to my review, you are more than welcome to explore the timestamps put in the description box that I usually have up in all of my videos. Now, before I press play and get to rolling on episode 2, to all my subscribers who are currently subscribed to this channel, obviously, I recently posted a video about some changes that I'll be making to my channel starting April 1st. If you haven't yet watched that video, it's up there somewhere, okay? It's also in the description box for you, and it's just giving you some details of some stuff that I kind of went through with copyright notices, and that's kind of led me to a decision to change up what I want to put on my YouTube channel versus what I want to make available to actual interested subscribers outside of YouTube. So if that's something that piques your curiosity, especially if you have been enjoying my reactions, please go check out that video. However, I also will be posting a new video this coming Friday, the 26th, I think, about more details of that stuff that I'm going to make available to subscribers or interested parties pretty much outside of YouTube related to my reactions to a variety of stuff. Alright, so just look out for that video. Click on the notification bell if you haven't so you don't miss it. Okay, people, let's get to laughing, hopefully, a lot more than last episode. Episode 2, titled 5 stars. And I hope to actually rate this episode 5 stars. Let's do this. Ooh, spicy time.
Did you bring protection? I consent to this.
Okay, we definitely need those today. But, like, you'd have to be careful not to accidentally nick it off the person, you know?
We're agreeing to give each other 5 stars. That's talking, right?
Wow,
Okay, so that's what the 5 stars is for?
So...
Oh my goodness. This is like an opposite thing to a lot of Black Mirror episodes.
hair shorter than pigs. Clingy vibe. 4 stars?
Punk ass! Oh. Can you change your rating? Oh, I guess you can't change your rating. That's not fair.
Delete nightly app.
That's an app named App.
Hey, I have mandatory pet therapy because I tried to kill myself yesterday.
Oh, Mr. Brown. Well, one of our floofers or puppers will cheer you up. Take your pick.
Oh, they make it mandatory. Oh, I want them all. Oh, I love animals, especially cats. I'm a cat person. Sometimes a dog person.
Hey, man.
It depends.
Oh, hey.
You want Ernie? He's awesome, and I'm done.
No, I was gonna do. Oh, okay.
And I'm done. Poor Ernie. You don't deserve that, Ernie.
You're a little cutie.
Yeah. So I understand you were in a bad place yesterday.
Oh,
Wanna talk about
Lord.
it?
Nope, nope, nope. This is Family Guy come to
okay.
life. Oh, no.
What makes life worth living for you? You're petting me extremely hard right now.
Sorry, you're stressing me out. What's the meaning of life in 10 seconds? Come on.
What do you need so you won't dive into that thing?
I guess I just still want to be a man.
I'm going to give you an assignment. Talk to at least 5 of your fellow uploads. Then find me, and maybe you made a friend who makes it all feel worth it.
Now today, get her to eat the Rachel Ray Jr. steamed squash I printed this morning and nothing else, or I will fire you.
I printed this morning. Wow. That's going to be interesting if we get to that point where we're printing food. I cannot wait for that. I'll be printing steaks every day.
What was wrong with him again?
Dad has vape lung. He thought it was safer than smoking, then all the studies came out.
You need a 4.6 employee rating to qualify for that discount. Right now you're at 4.598, so here's what I'll do. You could hit a 4.6 today, but then you could slip under tomorrow. You hit a 4.8, and I'll sign this letter as written, no prob.
Scary to think of living in a rating system, but we kind of are in one, just not officialized, I guess, yet.
Sight for sore eyes.
I'm so sorry I didn't call you back today, babe. Non-stop funeral planning.
After the funeral tonight, you want to rent a VR6 suit? Sleep over?
Duh. Yes.
That's so wrong. Wow. A show like this can feed into a lot of paranoia if you're already paranoid about like stuff like that. Privacy that isn't actually there. Hey! Cigarette man. X-Files, that's what I'm referring to.
What did you do?
Oh, not much. Just co-ran the second largest privately owned company in the world and influenced American politics for a generation.
No biggie.
My friend and I are making an app. It's called...
Oh, he's forgetting the coding stuff. Okay.
You're blanking on the name of your own app.
Yeah,
Here comes the
I've been having
mystery.
some memory gaps. I guess I'm just a little death-lagged. We wrote a program that allows anyone to save their own uploads. So you can create your own digital afterlife and pass it down to friends and family for free.
So you got murdered.
Huh? Oh my gosh, I had that as a theory.
You just threatened a $600 billion a year industry and no one murdered you.
Wow, mystery solved in like 2-minute conversation. So he's gonna spend the rest of the episode trying to find out if he really was murdered. Or not the episode, but probably the whole season.
I've been asked by the Brown family to investigate the November 24th crash.
Oh, that's his car.
Pull up dash cam footage from 11 to 11:37 p.m. on the night of the crash.
Can't find anything.
But you were in motion, so your cameras were activated.
Ooh, I think AI, actual artificial intelligence, is the murderer. Because it's like denying everything. It denied everything even up until his death. But who's controlling it? It's so weird I'm watching this episode when I just read the news about Apple introducing a VR system.
Well, you know how they work, right? The fingers on the inside inflate, and since everything's better wet, just use it in the tub. You wouldn't believe what we pull out of them sometimes. It's not just a sex suit.
Oh!
They're grandkids, and the kids throw up in them.
Ah! That's so gross. I can't look. I can't look. Run, girl. Run. That's the nastiest thing. Oh.
I can't remember everything.
Well, everybody forgets stuff.
Yeah, but shouldn't I know the name of the project I was working on last week? But what if something was edited? I mean, I can remember my high school prom, but I used to know every word to the big song we danced to, and now nothing. Whatever I'm forgetting could just blow up my family.
Hey, remember that hot douchebag?
So they print all food?
He might actually be a good guy.
You assembled every one of his memories. Wouldn't you know if he was for real?
Is it just me, or would the cup of coffee the regular way be faster than that?
Do not tell Dude it was a fuck up. He'll give you 0 stars, and you can't afford to lose his job.
That's me when I'm editing.
None of these computers work. I can't get through to my best friend, Breck. I've tried voice, text, video. Nothing works.
Dylan was my best friend in 7th grade, and I'm sorry he died, but he's still 11. And I'm 18 now. I don't want Pokemon anymore.
Tried your best. It just wasn't good enough.
Wait, let me...
Sorry.
Oh, it's so unfair. Because people will literally just rate things bad for the sake of rating things bad.
Turn around more and make duck sounds. Quack. Quack.
Really? Listen, she better be getting at least $100K a year for this. This is nonsense.
3 stars? Come on, man.
Saying of the year.
Angel.
What? What do you want?
Thank you. You gotta be breaking the rules or something, because I'm sure you're not supposed to keep giving me 5 stars for nothing.
Who says you can't?
You know what you can do for me? You can tell me what's wrong, because you've been all like... all day.
You got an hour?
I have infinity.
And beyond.
My dad's dying.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. And my mom died unexpectedly a few years ago. I guess my biggest fear is he'll die too. And I won't ever find anyone who understands me like that or loves me unconditionally. I feel a lot better.
I didn't do anything but listen.
Nice to see they have a male character who has great listening skills, since that seems to be a constant complaint in a lot of these mainstream stuff, right? You're not listening. Men don't listen. Some men do. Here's an example of one.
I'm at 5 new uploads today, and I
Creepy
didn't
billionaire.
You do seem less stressed, though. So, no more killing yourself?
Not today, and I can't tonight. I have my funeral.
That is so weird how he said that. Can't kill myself because I have my funeral in the real world. That's hilarious.
Has anyone heard your idea? Anyone from the big companies?
Just our families and my girlfriend.
Don't tell anyone else. We're ready to take this full round ourselves.
Oh, it's a great way to end it, I guess. I didn't know she would have so much access to his memories that way, like outside of work. Weird that they would even give her permission to access that. Okay, time for the review. So this episode was not as funny as I was hoping it would be, but it had some really good moments. Moments that really shocked me, as I'm sure you saw. And moments that was just like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I want to start off with touching on a few things that I really liked that they brought up and a bit of my own commentary on it. And so I just want to give you a quick spoiler ahead thing as well, because I'm going to discuss an episode of Black Mirror that parallels a lot of the notions that they mentioned in this episode. So heads up, okay? Spoilers are ahead if you haven't watched Black Mirror. I don't remember the name of the episode, but I'm going to be talking about elements of it. So it's possible you may not even know which episode I'm talking about, but if you do decide to watch it and you remember what I just said, I've technically spoiled it for you nonetheless, okay? So in this episode, when they brought up the whole rating system, in Black Mirror, they had the same thing, basically along the lines of how it follows this woman who is being rated for everything, like for conversations, for getting service. And the rating score determines everything in her life, and everybody's life actually, determines if you're going to be rich or you're going to be poor, if you're going to be accepted into getting a home even. It was very much a satire of that kind of society. I like how in this episode they introduced this whole concept of rating people for every little thing as part of everyday life, which I wouldn't be surprised we get to that point. I mean, I feel like we're going to progress to something like that, especially in the Western world. So it's interesting. It's interesting and a little alarming in a way, because although this is showing what likely could be the future, a very near future, because this is set in 2033, it can be a little unsettling if it's the kind of future you really would not want to live in. I can't deny I have my reservations as to, living in a society that is going to be judging me on the most superficial things, and the quality of my life will be based on that. Freaky, freaky. Let me know in the comments a little bit your thoughts on living in a society like that, based on people rating you for every little interaction they have with you. And as I had said as a quick comment, but I really meant it, I mean, look at YouTube. There are people who downvote videos simply because they like to downvote videos. And not to say that all videos don't merit to be downvoted, but I'm just saying, like, it's a thing. I actually know people who go out of their way to watch videos and just downvote them. That's all I'm gonna say. So I know that's a real thing. Anyway, and the second shocker, as you saw for me, that I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to see that as a reality, was that spicy suit. I have to say it like that, okay? That spicy suit. And the fact that they just clean it and then pass it on, oh my gosh, no, really? I can't unsee that, and this is the second time that they're showing footage, and I'm just like, I wasn't ready, why are you showing me that? So I have to give credit to this show for a lot of realism. Very similar to The Expanse. If any of you are subscribers to my channel for my reactions to that show, this is, again, another type of reality that I feel is imminent. I feel it's just like it's here, and this is right now fiction that could and may likely become reality. So yeah. And lastly, the best part that I take away from this episode is the developing or the budding friendship between Nora and Nathan. It was really nice how they made it very organic, where her personality shines through from the circumstance of taking a break, and she's angry and frustrated, and he's there and she's lashing out a little bit, and then he's calling her out on it, and she, realizes, okay, she's being a bit much, and he tries to help her. I like that, and it's in really small, non-corny, non-cheesy ways that realistically I could believe being the case. And it's also showing that Nathan's not such a bad guy. We see here with Nora and how he's able to listen to her, and how he's able to actually connect with her and be genuinely interested in what's wrong with her situation and her life and all that. It's very telling about his personality and the kind of person he is. And I really enjoyed that moment, as brief as it was, where he tells the therapist that he wants to remember what it's like to be a man again. And what that entails for him, it's going to be interesting to see as viewers along the season what exactly that means. Now, although not a lot made me laugh, there were some good moments where I feel like the chuckles were there. Especially with that little kid. I like the introduction of showing that children who pass on in real life can get uploaded to a reality like that. Although I don't find it a suitable place to put a child. Like, that's why I'm wondering if at some point in the season they're going to touch on the process of who makes the decision for the child to go where after death. I'm assuming it's the parent, because in that world, I'm assuming still at 11 years old, you can't make that decision for yourself. And so I'm just thinking, like, just the morale of that, of your parent determining where you spend the rest of your consciousness. And what's fascinating with the young boy, I don't remember his name again. Did they even mention his name? They probably did. Knowing me, I forget. But what I found very interesting with him was that we learned that he was there for 7 years, since age 11. And I just find it kind of weird that for 7 years he did not emotionally or consciously mature, so that he was still displaying an 11-year-old mentality 7 years later. Like, you would think that his consciousness would mature over time, however time, where I guess, works in an artificial world. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm thinking to myself, when you design like an upgraded version of his body for him to get used to, like kind of still go through puberty and manhood over the years that he's there, so that, I don't know. I have questions like that, right? So basically, when you pass on in real life, are you stuck with the same level of awareness and maturity for the rest of eternity in this concept world? It's very interesting, because if that's the case, then there is no emotional or personal growth, really, or maturity. It's like it's not making that much sense to me. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know much about AI technology and how that would work with our consciousness. You know, that's something for Elon Musk to explain to me. As for Nathan's death, or the nature of his death, that is probably going to be the best part of this show to watch unfold and unravel. My guess for now is he was definitely murdered. I even had that as a theory in my first episode reaction, and now it's pretty much confirmed. Question is, who murdered him and who was involved? And I'm suspecting that the girlfriend had something to do with it. And I'll tell you why, because if you watched my reaction from episode 1, I was really questioning her intention. What was her motivation to suddenly attach herself legally to a man who's dead? This is a young woman with the rest of her life. Why would you have yourself committed on paper legally to this man as somewhat of a spouse, and he's not going to be around you physically? I just found that very odd, and she's a little bit sketch in my mind. Like, there's something sinister about this character. For all I know, maybe it's all an act how she behaves. I wouldn't be surprised if she got an offer to remain silent about his ideas he had for that invention, that app, because he mentioned that he had told his family and he had told his girlfriend, and she seems a bit sketch, as I said. So I wouldn't be surprised, out of greed for money or greed for some kind of position or status in the real world, they kind of set things up where maybe she got his car to be sabotaged, and henceforth, you know, he passes on and he won't be a liability for them. Who knows? Who knows? It's a very interesting mystery, so I'll give them that. Very interesting mystery. But overall, with this reaction to this episode, I cannot give it 5 stars. It's at least 3.5 for me, because I wanted more chuckles. I wanted more laughter. I chose this show because I really want to laugh, in comparison to the other shows that I'm watching now that are a little bit more serious in nature, and some of them just way too serious for me. And this is a lot more lighthearted. So I'm hoping in the next episode there will be a lot more laughter and more unraveling of the mystery behind Nathan's death. There you have it, folks. That's my reaction and review of Upload Episode 2, titled 5 stars. Look out for next week's review of Episode 3. I may or may not actually have reaction footage of me with this anymore. As I said at the beginning of this video, please watch my updates about this channel. Now, I said I may or may not, meaning that things could change depending on some solutions I'm trying to figure out for my dilemma with my channel, and how to kind of stay out of the legal pool of trouble with some of these copyright claims. Either way, click on the notification bell so that you get notice of my upload that I'll be putting up this Friday. That will give you more details about what exactly I'm going to be doing with this channel, and what exactly I likely will make available outside of YouTube for those that are interested. Okay, party people, peace out! Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.